Hey, welcome back to Better Than Good Barbecue, the backyard cooking show for the average Joe. Today, we're going to be making some chicken drumsticks. These are drumsticks that I picked up for about $5-6 a pack, and I have them marinating in Italian dressing. They've been marinating all day long, and we're going to be cooking these on the Weber Smokey Mountain. And a little bit later on, I'm going to throw some of this Carolina vinegar barbecue sauce on there and mix with a little bit of apple juice. So we'll get into it. We're going to be doing these, like I said, on the Weber Smokey Mountain, hot and fast. So let's get cooking. Now you can see that the coals have turned white, the little bit of coals that we have in there. So I'm going to set them to the side and get the Weber Smokey Mountain set up. I don't need too much. I don't need to fill this thing completely up because we are going hot and fast. But I just want to show y'all kind of how I set the Weber Smokey Mountain up for a cook like this. You can see that we have unlit charcoal kind of going in a ring around, and the lit charcoal is going to go here in the center. So let me get this kind of spread out and evenly dispersed. That looks about good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some apple wood on here, kind of in line with where the vents are, and it doesn't take a whole lot. It doesn't take a whole lot of apple wood to get this good and smoky. That's what I love about the Weber Smokey Mountain. That amount of wood right there is going to be plenty for that chicken. So now we'll go ahead and pour the lit charcoal into the center there. Kind of spread her out a little bit. Now it's time to put the midsection of the Weber Smokey Mountain on. Ow. Probably should have had a glove on that hand. That got hot in the sun. Whew. And let me make sure y'all can see what I have going there. Yeah, so I have the Weber Smokey Mountain set up, and I don't have any water in that water pan there. I'm trying to get you guys close to where you can see. I don't have any water in there because I'm going hot and fast. The water pan is just going to be more of a deflection for this cook. Let me set y'all back up. All right, so we'll go ahead and get the lid on there and let this come up to temperature. And once that dial is reading about 275 degrees to 300, then we'll go ahead and get the chicken put on. I'll bring y'all right back. Got the chicken out of the pack, and now you just come in here with whatever barbecue rub you prefer. This is one that I made. It's got some sweet heat to it. Goes great on chicken, but again, just use whatever you want. And not a whole lot of trick to this. Just season both sides of the chicken. And that Italian seasoning that we had them marinating in is going to act as the binder to let this rub stick. Got that side done, now just flip them over. So I'm gonna set this to the side and show y'all what I have here. And this is a chicken drumstick hanging rack that I got at Academy Sports, but you can get them online, like on Amazon. And basically you just put the drumsticks in here. I'll show y'all real quick how this thing works, but I love this thing. This is a great investment. Basically you just take a drumstick and slide it right there and let it hang, and it'll just hang like that. So we'll get them all on here, and then we'll smoke these up. Now that the chicken's on, it's time to go ahead and make the glaze that we're going to be putting on there here in a little while, maybe in an hour. But anyway, take this Carolina vinegar barbecue sauce and just pretty much dump 3/4 of it in to a mixing bowl. That looks about good. Maybe a little. We'll just go ahead and do the whole thing. Just about the whole thing. And then add some apple juice, because you want this stuff to be real thin when you coat the chicken. You don't want it to be thick when it goes on there. Now I gotta mix that up. Just go ahead and give that a good mix and combine the apple juice with the barbecue sauce. Oh yeah, and that Carolina barbecue sauce is thin as it is, so you don't have to use too terribly much juice. That looks about right to me. And then when it comes time, we'll heat that up and we'll put it on the chicken, and I'll bring you guys right back. All right, these things have been on for right out 1 hour, just a little bit over an hour. Let's go ahead and take this off, show you what we got. And that's what we're working with right here. These things are sitting right at about 160 degrees internal. And so I have the barbecue and applesauce or apple juice mixture right here. And I'm gonna take this guy off. He was actually reading a little bit lower temp than the rest because he's bigger. But I'm gonna show y'all what I do at this point. Basically, with some protective gloves on, just take each one of these, pull them off, and dunk them in. And just coat them like that. Let it drip off and hang it right back. Alright, the chicken has been on for just about 2 hours. Let's go ahead and get the lid off. See what these are looking like. Dipping them in that barbecue sauce just gave them a great look. Here, I'm going to take this guy off. Come on, buddy. Show you what I'm seeing. Let me get that close to the camera. Hope you guys can see that as well as I can. That beautiful color on these. Now that these have reached an internal temp of 180, it's time to get them off. And when I do, I'm going to drizzle some of this Heinz honey sriracha on about half of them, just to kind of see what that tastes like, give it a little more flavor. But let's go ahead and take them off and get them transferred over to a tray and let them rest. Alright, so we've had the chicken resting for just about 10 minutes is all it takes. And look at that. I mean, look at the results we have on these drumsticks. I'm going to hold it as close to the camera as I can. Hopefully y'all can see that. And I just drizzled some of that honey sriracha from Heinz on this half and left these off. I just was kind of curious as to how it's going to taste. So best part of every video, every cook, time to try them out and see how we did. I'm going to take this dude right here from the middle, and man, look at that color. Look at that drumstick. That Weber Smokey Mountain just makes it so easy. It holds temps so well. I hope y'all can see that like I can. And I can't wait, so let's see how we did. Man, that is so good. That honey sriracha is really, you can really taste that right on the tongue. It gives it a nice kick, but as far as the chicken itself, that rub we put on there, little sweet heat, so juicy. I mean, look at that. Look at the bite I just took. That doesn't look juicy. I don't know what does. Man, this is so good. I'm gonna get another one. We cooked it at a hot temp, so the skin is bite through. I mean, look at that. And so juicy. The flies love it. I like it even more. I hope y'all give this a shot, man. Go ahead and give this one a like. Give it a subscription if you like what I'm doing. And remember, if your barbecue was just good, you could have had better. We'll see you next time.